Hey, warriors. My head is still, oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to talk about spiral, but I don't want to talk about like it's floating around out there right now. It's not a fucking metaphor, it's not symbolism, it is structure. Okay, because life isn't linear. Our healing, it's not linear. Awakening, it's not linear. Okay, reality itself moves in spirals. Okay. But we were taught that life moves forward, like a straight line. You learn something, you heal something, you move on. Okay. So when something returns, an emotion, a pattern, a question, people panic. Oh no, I'm regressing. I'm moving backward. I'm back where I started from, whatever the case is. They freak out. But that's not how consciousness works. And that's not how growth works either. A spiral, it does not repeat the same point, it passes through, familiar territory, but from a different level. Okay. Same theme, you know, new depth, different awareness with a greater capacity. That, okay. You're not revisiting the past, you're meeting it from a wider field. Okay. So things resurface, when your system can finally hold them. Not when you're weak, when you're strong enough, the spiral will bring back old wounds, with a new type of compassion, um, old lessons without the fear, that old truths, with a deeper embodiment. You understand? That when this is happening, that is readiness. Okay? Awakening, it's not a single event, it's a recursive process. You awaken, you integrate, you live, you forget a little, okay? You remember again, deeper. I hope you can understand me because my head is. Okay, so each return carries less illusions with it. Do you know what I mean? Less drama, more clarity, more steadiness. Okay, the spiral refines, not repeats. You know, um, I hope that I'm being clear. Okay, so when you hit a deeper turn of that spiral, we'll say, that's when identities shed, certainties dissolve, old meanings collapse, things like that. It feels like loss, but it's actually like a reorientation. The spiral does not destroy, it reorganizes. Sometimes the spiral doesn't feel like motion at all. It feels like stillness, pauses, silence. Nothing's happening. That's integration. The spiral tightens inward, okay, before it expands outward. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. Um, in stillness, when that when you're there, that's a compression. Do you know what I mean? Um, once awareness deepens, you can't return to the same level of unconsciousness. You understand? Uh you can revisit, okay, those themes if you want to call them that. But it's never going to be from the same point. I think I've made that clear. Every return, is deeper, clearer, more embodied. You're not undoing progress when that spiral is, you know, tightening inward. That is anchoring what you've learned. Okay? Life isn't asking you to, push forward. It's asking you to stay present as that spiral deepens. Okay? Trust that. Trust the return of that spiral. Trust that rhythm, I guess. Because and trust also that every time that cycle is going to carry more truth than it did the last time. You understand? Um and go inward when this happens. That's where the real change is happening. I love you. I hope I explained that correctly because I really don't feel good. I'm really sorry if I didn't, guys.